Okay, what I got here is the Sherp's 6-man camping tent. I also own the 4-man. I'll send you a link in the bottom if you want to go check out the video on that. This one, the 6-man, you can very well stand up in it in the center. And you'll notice it has the green going around the bottom, which is a bathtub floor. You'll notice that it's coming up to the screen, which is awesome. Any tent that has screen going all the way down the bottom is a piece of shit. And the reason for that is because when you put your tarp on, which this does not have on here right now, this is without tarp, so on a nice sunny day you can open this up, you can sit down, change your clothes, people can't see you. But the main reason is you don't want screen all the way down to the floor is because when you put your tarp on, if any rain splashes up underneath the tarp, then basically it doesn't get you wet. Now another nice thing about this tent is you see how it's white. That'll actually keep it cooler in the summer, which is nice. The tarp itself is made out of browns and greens, which I really like. This has a flexible pull system. The top center was a bit of a pain to connect. And you'll notice at the bottom, it's kind of folding a little bit where the bathtub floor is. There's probably a way to tighten that up yet by moving the plastic things. I'm not sure. But this is my first time setting it up. So now the question is, why did I need another tent? Because I have a lot of them. I love the Sherp's tents. I really do. I love the bathtub floor. I love how much room they have. I love how comfortable they are. I love how well made they are. I've had the 4-man in downpours. I've slept in it in downpours. I've even made videos of it. 6-man ain't much difference. But so why do I need a 6-man if I got a 4-man? Well, I got 2 German Shepherds now. And I plan to go canoeing down the river and camping. And in order to do that, I will be taking both my German Shepherds with me. That should be interesting. My one German Shepherd is well trained. She'll probably stay put. The other one's a pup, about 6-7 months old, and she's gonna be hell. I wouldn't dare leave her in this tent alone. So I'm gonna need to bring a cage to put in the bottom of the canoe. So the cage I will set up inside the tent. I will set up my setup in the middle and my other dog on the other side. And this should be enough room to keep us away from the bugs and keep us quite comfortable is what it should be. And that should work out great. Now the 4-man tent, I mean, my son doesn't really need it, but he could take it and he could use that one and still have a ton of room. We could use his tent for putting gear in or whatnot. But that was the reason why I had to go to a 6-man tent. Now I do have a big tent, but it doesn't have nowhere near the protection that these Sherps have. These Sherps are just made really, really well. Now there's different varieties of this tent, and I've said that in the 4-man tent, where you'll find them a little bit cheaper. Don't fall for that crap. The Explorer by Sherps, ALPS Mountaineering, is the best tent out of all of them, period, hands down. It will take the storms, you will be comfortable, you will not get soaking wet. Now you'll notice, I'm going to show you this on the bottom, you see the brown bottom piece here? You buy this separately, okay? This is bought separate. You don't want your tent like that. You want your tent, when you set it up, I left it like that on purpose, to be off of it a little bit. You know, like out here. Because any water drips on that, you want it to basically the water flow off onto the ground. If any water flows off that tent onto that bottom piece, then it's going to go under your tent and it probably will get you wet. That's the horrible thing. So I'm really starting to like this 6-man. So let's get the tarp on and we'll see how that looks. the tarp went on very quickly, is what it did. And I've only got 2 stakes in it. One on the front, which is down there, and one on the back. And with 2 guys, it went on easy. 1 guy, it might be a little bit more difficult, but it's doable. And you see how that looks good? There is no rain getting inside there. Now over there on the side, there's actually little tabs you can pull out and pull it away from the tent and away from the tarp underneath the tent, and put a string to it. You're also going to know up here, this is for attaching your door when you roll it back. This is for yanking it down when it gets windy. But down here at the bottom, you see how you get this tie out? That'll come out like that. And then you'll tie it. So it's got multiple tie outs, and then up here, okay, we've got this. This is to prevent condensation inside. Move that back a little bit. There, like that. And there's no screen in the top. So keep that in mind. When you open that, there's no screen at all, which I think was kind of stupid. I wonder if the mosquitoes are going to find their way in there. And we got 1 on each side. Now I wonder why they didn't put a screen up there. Maybe it's something I'm going to have to fix. I think there's a cat in there. So other than no screen in the top, where we spread that out to prevent condensation, I see no problems with it so far. There is a cat over there. The cat's in my house, I tell you. There's something. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of there. Psst. He wants to play. Unbelievable. All right, here's one door open. Understand there's a door on the other side too. And you have a little bit of room underneath outside the tent. Not a lot, but a little bit. You could put it back there or whatever is what you could do. So you could keep it all pretty private if you wanted to. You got double zippers there. Is what you have. You could go all the way down if you want. So now we're inside. I'm like, I don't know, 5'9", so if you're 6 foot, you're gonna hit your head for sure. But I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Remember outside I said it had no screen? Well, the inside has a screen, so no big deal. The tent has the screen. The outside doesn't need one. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. There ain't nothing, there's no bugs that are gonna get in here at all. Now these tabs here, there's a net that you connect to that, is what you do. See, this you could leave connected and not open and put some stuff out here, right? So that's pretty cool. My cat made a mess of this. Get out of there. Look at this, is my cat right there, watch. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get. Chase them out. I got a big pocket here. Look at that, separated in two. Put your cell phone, put some gear there, one there, just one on the one side. Okay. And there is one on the other side. So that's okay. Well, I was getting worried that when you open those vents that the mosquitoes could get in. Boy, that's nice. The screen does fold up, and you can attach it over here on these things. So you can have it out of the way during the day. It does go all the way across. So yeah, these things over here. If I can get it with one hand. Anyhow, this goes in there, is what it does, and it pulls, and there's one at the bottom too. So you do pull the screen back, and you're not stepping on the screen when you get in and out. That's what I love about these tents. The floor seems to be extra thick. The floor is taped, as I can see there. Yeah, I don't see no problem with this at all. So once you get it all tightened down, I see no problem with putting a dog kennel there, my pad, my sleeping bag, some gear in the corner. Yeah, I can get 2 German Shepherds in here and me quite comfortably. And that's what I was aiming for. Now this tent is a little bit more money than the 4-man, and you're also going to pay a little bit more money than when you buy the actual tarp that goes under it. I just prefer to have it because it's already cut and sewn and everything else. Now, let's understand something. Okay, let's understand something. This is not going to be a backpacking tent, so don't think that at all. This would be for car camping. I'm planning on using it for canoeing. I'll just throw it in the center of the canoe. The 4-man, you could possibly use it for backpacking. We did about 6 times, and we split the tent up between the two of us, and it was okay to do. But there are lighter tents, I mean, especially if you're backpacking. But we were able to do it because we needed some size. I mean, there was me, my son, and a German Shepherd at that time, 1 German Shepherd. And the 4-man worked beautiful. But it is not going to hold 2 German Shepherds, me and my son. So my son is going to use the 4-man, and I'm going to use the 6-man. And shelter's taken care of. It's just nice to have some room, especially when you got a couple of dogs. And that big wide door will come in handy when I let my German, especially that pup. I mean, she's just like a wrecking ball in a china shop. She really is. And I can't wait until I can't wait till he gets out of that puppy stage. I keep mixing them up, but they should hold 2 German Shepherds, me, and a cage just fine. It's going to be interesting when I go canoeing down the river with all these dogs. But this is the 6-man Explorer Sherper's camping tent. And I had a couple people on the 4-man one ask me a little bit about it. And it's just, the 4-man's identical to the 6. It's just more fabric and it's just bigger. And that's all there is to it. But I would definitely get the footprint with it to make your life a whole lot easier. And it just is. Now, when you set this up, I should note, when you set this up, the tent comes with these round stainless steel rings. And off the stainless steel ring, it has a pin. That pin shoves up inside the pole. Then you bend the pole over, shove the other pin up inside the pole, and attach a couple of the plastic attachments on the bottom to hold the pole up. That's how you get it going, is what you do. And I'm only using 2 stakes right now. So on beautiful days, you could use 2 stakes on each door and you get your vestibule. But if you know they're going to get some wind, well, then you're probably going to have to use 1, 2, probably another 6 stakes or so to batten down the hatches, I would say, if you know you're going to be into a big storm. Now, the other thing I noticed when I put the tent up, the center one has a bigger plastic loop that clips onto 2 poles. And I guess I wasn't fussy on that. I would take a zip tie, and if I knew a bad storm was coming in, I carry zip ties anyways, but I would put a zip tie dead center on the top where it connects to the 2 poles. So you know that's not going to pop off no matter what. That's what I would do. But where I was concerned about it letting air in to keep it from getting moisture, I said, you know, there's no screen there. Well, the screen's on the inside where the tent is. So you're still protected from the bugs quite easy. I'm impressed. I really like it. Weighs about 15 pounds. I am very, very impressed with this tent. This is a beautiful 6-man tent. I'll tell you, ALPS Mountaineering Sherpers make a beautiful tent. 4-man and 6-man is what they make. And it seems lots of room in there for my 2 German Shepherds and me with a cage. Okay, I understand that. I don't see a problem with that at all. So if you got a family of 4, I would go with the 6-man tent. Then you'll have enough space. If you got just the 2 of you, I would go with the 4-man tent. You might even get away with one young one. But if you're planning on having more, go with the 6-man to save yourself money in the long run. But that's definitely not, you know, a backpacking tent. It's for car camping. You could use it for canoeing. Canoe, you can take a lot more weight and have a little bit more comfort. So there's a review on the ALPS Mountaineering 6-man Sherper's camping tent. If anybody wanted to see it, I don't think there's a video on YouTube on it, but there is one now, so it gives you somewhat of a look. You can see you can take the fly off and really get a lot of air in there in the summer. You know, you can open doors. There's a lot of versatility with this tent. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.